school. Now, the wind dies down and I start a video and then the wind comes back up. And I've got a microphone on today. It might help, it might not. So I'm gonna start working Reba a little bit. Now, those of you who've been on the channel for a while, you're familiar with Reba. And she's a nice little quarter horse mule. She's only about half broke. She's got a couple of issues that's actually really common with a mule. And I hope that the microphone's picking this up. She's extremely herd bound. That's natural for a mule. It's not something that can't be worked on. If you notice what she's doing, there's 2 or 3 things I want to bring out and teach in this video today. Not necessarily teaching Reba, but teaching you. All right, one of the things we're going to do, let me turn my back here to the wind, see if we can break that, is I'm going to help you in working with your horse or your mule is to understand the whys. Now, if you watch her, what she's doing, she's staying right here. She doesn't really want me to catch her this morning. We've already caught her once, but she kept going over there. We got another horse right there. She's coming around here. She don't want that halter on, but we're just going to stay with her. She's telling me no. Pull her in. But she kept circling around. I don't know if this is going to work with this wind, but we'll try. Because she's bound with another horse, and Ransom over there. Ransom is Ben's horse. We just brought him in. We're going to try to use him this summer a little bit. When you're working with a mule, there we go. One of the old timers, I don't know, Ray Hunt maybe, said you have to work a mule the way you should work a horse. All right. Now, a lot of the thought on working so your head keeps going over there. She's locked onto that horse over there. All right, to Ransom. One of the sayings, Mama, this is out. I'm gonna drop this in your pocket. Hope it don't catch your sweater on fire. One of the sayings in horsemanship, and I agree with it, okay, is show, ask, tell. Show, ask, tell. And they're dealing with horses, so you show the horse what you want. All right, you have to teach them. They have to understand. You show them, and then you ask them to do it. And then if they won't do it, then you get a little bit more firm and you tell them to do it, okay? Sometimes that's not quite with the mule. A mule has a lot more logic and reason than a horse does. And I pick a lot of what today. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. I watched a video earlier by Warwick Schiller. There we go. And he gave, and is the best I've seen on working with a mule. So what you want with a mule is even more than a horse. See, her ears over, she wants that. She wants that. She wants to make sure he's there. So she's like, her mind is there. So they need that connection. So what I'm doing with her, I want her mind to come to me, okay? But I'm not gonna fight her. You don't wanna get in the habit of fighting a mule. Now see her ear is over on him. I'm gonna come in here and say right here. Now she comes around, so I drop it. And I'm saying, look, I'm right here, and you can get your connection from me, and it don't have to be a fight. All right. Now I can ride her. She spent last summer up in the mountains of Idaho. She was ridden some. I've ridden her up there, and she'll pack, but she's never really connected onto a person. She's a sweetheart. All right. See that? All right. She's a sweetheart, but she's definitely independent-minded because she's never connected onto a person. So you notice, the more what I want you to notice today is I want you to read. You see how she's locked into all these guys? I'm not going to take that away. She's already starting to come in on me. But I'm going to just say, hey. And what we're doing is we're watching her ears. Now she's going to come over there, so I'm going to say no. But I didn't tug. I don't know if I'm explaining, if I'm showing clearly what I want. I'm not going to tug and pull. I'm not in any way going to physically say, hey, pay attention to me. All right. Now see, she locked onto that lead rope right there. See that? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to come in here and say, come on over here to me. All right, come on over here to me. Now, the importance of this is I'm giving her the choice, as opposed to what some folks would do with a horse. Now see, she's over there, she's watching them. I'm gonna say, hey, come over here to me. And when she comes over to me, I release. I'm gonna say, come over here to me. Not doing this like I would with us. So she's over there, all right? So I'm asking her what I want you to do. I'm not asking her, hey, give me your head. I'm asking her, hey, give me your attention. Lock onto me. Okay? Now mules are smart, and they think and they figure this stuff out. And their necks, and with that big old head, if you get in a habit of your reaction with your mule, if you teach them, our relationship is fighting. By that I mean I'm going to tug your face around, I'm going to bump. You're going to wind up, in the long run, you're going to wind up losing. Okay? So what I'm just doing out here is I'm just working with her mind and saying, hey, what I want you to do, see, she's coming over there, and that's fine. I'm going to come in here. And you can't tell from the video, maybe, I don't know, but the pressure I'm putting on the rope is not there. There's no pressure. I'm not in any way pulling her head. You see how she's locked onto them? So I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna put some pressure on the rope. See that? That's telling me where her mind is. Okay? Her mind is up there. A little bit. There's a sigh. So she's moving her feet. There we go. Good girl. Not fully, but a little bit. Now I'm going to come over here, right here, and have her face the other direction. And she's like, I cannot lose sight of them horses. All right? I don't want to go in there. I don't want to get in that corner. I teach this. This is like the most perfect illustration of what I teach with horses. Okay? We approach horses in one of two manners: mechanically or communication. Mechanically is we put bigger bits, we do whatever, we come in here and we say, you're going to do this. All right? Communication is, hey, I'd like for you to give me your nose. All right? Now, like, I think it was Ray Hunt, I should have looked that up, but like he said, we should do this with horses. You have to do this with mules. I don't want to get on her back, and I can ride her, but if she decides she wants to go off with those other horses while we're out riding, she's gone. And now I can turn her, but it's a fight. And so I'm just going to keep working with her and saying, hey, disengage from them and engage with me. Now she's not. You see her head, she backed up so she can keep facing them. I'm going to say no. See her head just kind of keep coming back over there. She's like, I cannot lose engagement with them. Good girl. So all I'm doing is her mind. I'm not asking, put your nose here because I need your nose here. See her nose tip back? She's like, I can't. There we go. Good girl. And so I'm asking her, just give me your mind. There you go. Give me your attention, okay? And then I'm dropping everything. So now she will learn over time. There we go. I can connect with Dwayne. I don't have to connect with that mare. I don't have to connect with that other herd. I'm seeking connection, all right? But I can get that with Dwayne. My rider, whoever my rider is, so I'm going to come back around here. There, looky there, sweetie. Okay? So, listen, I tell everybody all the time, this mule, she probably weighs 800 pounds. Mules are very quick, they're very smart, they're very strong. Pound for pound, they're stronger than horses a lot of times. There we go. Thank you, baby. I don't want her body. I don't want her body. If I physically horse around her body, but I don't have her mind, then our relationship is always that of a fight. Connect with me. Atta girl. All right? But if I get her mind, if I get a relationship, I've got her body. The body comes with it. Okay? I don't know if this is coming across. I don't know if this makes sense. So, we come out here the last couple videos with Mouse, and we lunged. I don't need to lunge her. Okay? Schiller pointed out, the first time I'd heard it pointed out, and I agree with him, and I'm not name dropping, I'm giving credit where credit is due. I'm not taking credit for this. All right? With a horse, as I said in the video, you move the feet to get the mind. With a mule, and I think he's right, with a mule, you work on getting the mind in order to get the feet. Okay? So I'm just saying, hey, you can lock on to me. Okay? All right, you're looking for connection. You can get that with me. There, see how loose that is? Now with her, it has been and it usually is. She's always hanging on this lead rope and pulling to go off. Come back over here. Now with a horse, my natural tendency is when they turn their head and look off at the other horses and whinny, I'll bump their nose. All right, I'll bump them. That's physically, I'm physically moving them to get their mind. But with her, that's not going to work. All right? And a mule, over here, sweetie, over here. See that ear rolled back and looked at me? When a mule decides, when a mule clicks and decides, you know what? You're my guy or gal. You are, I'm gonna lock onto you. It's one of the most beautiful relationships. It's one of the most beautiful things out there. They're fantastic. But the problem, the mistake we make, and the mistake I make this mistake a lot with mules, is, and I've been very open about this. I have a problem with impatience and a temper. All right, and with a mule, that's the last thing. So I'm gonna say, hey, give me your mind. She's like, well, Ransom's over there. If I stand here like this, I can see him out of that eye. All right? I'm saying no. And you see how light that touch was. Give me your mind. There you go, sweetheart. There you go. All right? So this is what I need to do with her. This is what I need to do with her in the saddle when we go riding. And it's not going to be overnight. When we get in the saddle, I have no delusions. And we head out. She's going to head over to whatever horse catches her attention. But I keep working with her and keep working with her mind, and over time, there's not going to be a fight. Okay? A horse and a mule, and if your experience is not real deep, if you got a little bit of experience, but it's not real deep, you're going to say, Dwayne, that's not my experience. All right? We back up. We back up. Atta girl. All right. They want peace. All right, they want peace. You say, well, my horse's head's up in the air. They're dancing all the time. They can't be still. They're herd sour with the rest of the herd. They're whinnying. The time I spend with my horse is anything but peaceful. I don't think my horse or my mule wants peace. They want peace, okay? The problem is sometimes they think their peace is over there, and you're blocking them from getting to their peace. So their fight, they're taking away the peace at this point, is them trying to get to where they think they're going to get their peace. They want peace. And so the huge puzzle piece for you in the relationship with your horse is to get to the point where your horse understands, I am your peace. I'm your peace. Okay? They're not your peace. I am. But with a mule, it's showing them again and again and again. If you turn away from them and turn to me, it's a very peaceful spot. It's a very peaceful spot. Okay? And I can't bring her peace in that peaceful spot if I do it by jerking on the lead rope and spinning her around. I can't bring peace if I'm using chaos to bring peace. Does that make sense? Okay? Now she's already, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if it's showing up on there. She's already less resistant. She's already a little less locked into all these other horses out here. Because every time I ask her, hey, if you'll not focus on them for just a second, and you focus on me, see that nose tip right there? She's facing me and she's not fighting, but she's keeping that ear. See how that ear is back pointing at them horses? This ear is over here at this horse. All right, she's like, I gotta keep them in sight. Well, that's okay. But if you'll come into me, I'll give you peace. All right, I'll give you peace and you don't have to have them. So what does it come down to? It comes down to you, not your mule or your horse. It comes down to you, to your humility, to your patience, and to see that head? She's got to keep an eye on them. All right? Now everybody who has worked mules any at all knows, like in a pack string, your mule is 99% of the time they're going to bond with a mare. You turn them out in a herd, they're going to pick a mare and they're going to bond with that mare. And unless you work with their mind and their heart and get them to redirect that to you and show them that you're worthy for them to bond to you, you're always going to fight that. You can work them, you can get the job done, but their mind is always going to be out there, and their focus and their attention. And that's just part of their nature. So what we have to do when we're working our livestock, we have to quit fighting their nature. All right? We have to learn to understand it. We have to humble ourselves, learn to understand their nature, and work with it. And see, I've asked her to turn her butt to them. Okay? And I'm just going to right here. She's got that, see that nose is just, there it come back in. All right? It's the little things. Turn her butt to them and come in here. And she turns her head back there. Ransom's over there. It's okay. You're looking for a connection. Right here. Right here. If you turn away from them, if you get out on the trail where they're not, that doesn't mean you lose a meaningful connection. Okay? Now she's keeping an eye. That's perfectly fine. All right? She comes in here to me, and I don't pull her in here and make her. I just say, hey, you come in. And see, he moved. Oh, she did. All right, Sue moved. And little Joe came in close, so she's like, oh, the dynamics have changed, so she's back over there. And I'm just going to say, no, it's all right, come in here. See her head down? See how relaxed she is? All right, there we go. Here's the piece. Here's the piece. Now, unlike a lot of round pen sessions, unlike a lot of join up sessions, all right, where they run them around the pen, they move their feet until the horse stops and face, and then they come in and say, okay, here's the join up. Now you realize that your piece is standing here with me. And they use the feet to get the mind to do that. I'm using her mind. I'm asking for her mind. I'm understanding what is going on, and I'm working within those parameters, but I'm using her mind to get her feet where I want, and teaching her that if you'll follow me, if you'll follow my direction on the lead rope, light and soft, you're not going to be off by yourself. You don't have to worry. Come here. Let me have it. Let me have it. There you go. Light and gentle. So now over time, she'll figure this out. But now, so this morning, I had a plan for a couple videos. The wind was crazy. I was going to start her, get her right off. And the boys had caught them all up, but then they turned her loose again. And she decided, well, you're not going to catch me a second time, so I had to go chase her down. And there was just a lot going on, and I tied her up, and she was pawing and moving and carrying on and just kind of not. So I put her in here, took the halter off, went in the tack shed, had a cigar and a cup of coffee. Because if I can't come out peaceful and show her peace, I can't get this. But I can't show her peace if I don't have peace. Okay? Peace with your animal. Listen, if you don't get anything else out of this, peace with your equine starts with peace with yourself. And if you do not have peace with yourself, you're not going to have peace with your equine. Okay? Now she's not tipping her nose, she's moving her feet because they've moved out there. Now she's a little bit worried because they've started moving away. No, they've started moving away. So she started to get a little more anxious. All right? She's hanging on that rope, not bad, but just a little bit more. I'm going to bring her in here and turn her butt to him. And while her butt is turned to him, I'm going to give her peace. All right? Socially, she has to have a connection. A mule has to have a connection. All right? And so she's like, my connection out there is leaving. So it's up to me to give her a replacement that is sufficient. All right, that's worthy. See this? There we go. All right. So I turn her rump. Now she's keeping an eye on him, so I just quietly, peacefully say, it's all right. Come back over here. I'll give you your connection. All right? It starts with you. It starts with you. Someone a whole lot smarter than me and a whole lot better horse trainer than me said your horse, your mule, is a mirror of you. It's a mirror of your emotional problem. It's a mirror of your mental problems. And sometimes we don't like what we see in the mirror. Okay? And I say this all the time. If you have a problem, a perpetual problem with your horse or your mule, don't ask what's wrong with my horse. That's not your first question. Your first question is what's wrong with me? Because my horse is a reflection of me. And the horses or my mule, either one, they are either reflecting my insecurity, they're reflecting my ignorance and my laziness and arrogance. I won't study and humble myself and get better. They're reflecting my impatience and my temper. They're reflecting something. All right? There we go. And so we change ourselves. All right? So that's all I'm going to do with her right now. I may come back out later, work her a little bit, and I'm going to leave her in here. I'm going to leave her in the arena because she's pretty herd bound, so she needs to be separated out a little bit. And I'll come back in here later, work with her, and just keep coming back. And so that she's like, you know what? Now what I'd like is I'd like for them all to leave. That's what I would like. But there's a guy we just got in. My son, he's being deployed overseas. It's his horse. And he's just he's super easy to catch. He wants to be with you, so I don't want to drive him off. He's a new horse, and I don't want to start like that. I don't want to take it away. So I'm just going to let him stand there. It's okay. She has to learn to be with me whether another horse is around or not anyhow. Okay, see here. Mules have a very strong sense of self-preservation. Okay, and so you've got to show them that, hey, you can trust me physically, mentally, and emotionally. I can be everything you need, but you've got to earn it. You have to earn it. There you go, girl. There you go. Okay? All right. Well, we'll stop there for now. We're going to quit on a good note. And this is one of those videos you need to study it. Okay? You need to study it for your horse and mule. Now, her head came away that time. Her head went down and came away. She sniffed that pile of dried manure. Those horses are gone. And when her nose went away from me, it also went away from the other horses. It's a little tiny thing, but you've got to pay attention. All right? You got to see the little things, and you got to give in to that. All right? Hope this helps you a little bit. Helps you with your horse or your mule. But I hope it helps you with you too. Okay? So I'm going to ask her to give me her nose. She's got to learn like all the others. She gives me that halter. If she doesn't hand it to me, it doesn't come off. All right? So if she'll hand it to me, I'll take it off. Can I have it? And she's like, I don't know what. Hand it. I'm just hold a little bit of pressure until she chooses to give it. All my horses, they have to give it to me. Atta girl, looky there. There you go. Now see how calm she is? Now I want to see if she follows me or she runs down there to ransom real quick. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. She didn't run down there to that other horse on the other end of the arena. She's like, well, we can have a connection right here. And I didn't have to run her for an hour and a half, 120 mile an hour around a round pen and get her breaking sweat to do it. I worked with her mind, not her feet. Girl. Good girl. An added benefit of that is over time, she won't be nothing to catch. She'll come looking for me. All right, be logical. Be reasonable, be safe, have fun, and be humble. We'll catch you guys next time.